All right, all right. So I want to go ahead and welcome David Lopez and Jesse Nava
Yep,
to You Have a
yep.
Collect Call From. And we're coming to you live and direct. This is going to be the Friday the night, or Friday the 13th special, if you will. Do you have any spooky story or scary stories coming our way tonight?
I could tell you some shit, right? Like honestly, I've been in some scary freaking places, man. I've been in some scary motherfucking places, and prison. Prison will help you break a fear of the dark. I'll tell you that right now. You have a fear of the dark, and you go to prison when you're young. Oh man, like when I first came in, I'm real like I'm real superstitious. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in I'm a person that, like, when I was younger, I grew up, like, listening to ghost stories, and that's when the X-Files was real big and shit like that. You know, I'm a 90s baby. Well, I'm born in the 80s, but I was born in 81. So in the 90s, I started to have an understanding of, like, spirituality and shit like that, you know? And so that was a year when, like, hauntings was on, sightings, and all them scary-ass shows. You know, Culture Guys was real freaking, like, I used to watch all that scary shit. Even Friday the 13th, you know, I mean, it came out before, you know, obviously it came out a long time ago before I was born, but it was just one of those things where when did Friday the 13th come out? In the 70s?
I would say I think
Then?
maybe like early, like either I think early 80s. But you know what? I could check. I got Google right here.
Oh shit!
I use my Google fingers.
That's how I know I'm old. That's how I know I'm old. That shit took my time. Uh,
Friday. Let me see. All right, we're checking right now. So Friday the 13th came out May 9th, 1980. For those of you that are movie buffs.
okay. Well, it's before my time, which is good. Because
Yeah.
remember, I'm 81, so I'm slightly before my time, but it's before my time. But anyway, so I grew up. Hey, for the people that are out there that are hearing a little bit of an echo, I'm still in the day room right now. My boy Jesse's down there at the table. We're gonna go in, and right now, but I had to take care of something so I could spend some time with you guys. And we do all of our laundry by hand, so I had to come out here and get the wash buckets ready. Friday night, I gotta have my laundry fresh for tomorrow. But so anyway, when I came to prison, right, and I first seen like I first got locked in like Chino prison.
Yeah.
I was looking around and I was like, damn, you know, I got in my own head a little bit, you know, because the cell blocks, they're really like over there. That's an old prison, so the cell blocks are really dark, and it's really like eerie looking, and there's a lot of echoes everywhere and shit like that. And then, you know, you hear a lot of ghost stories. Now, Chino, I mean, one thing about prison in general is a lot of people die in prison. It's just what it is. It's not necessarily just from life in prison, but we see quite a bit of people lose their lives in here for one reason or another. I've seen four bodies in here, and I know of a bunch of other ones. So that I haven't seen, but still like people that die on the yards and shit like that. You know, um, somebody's already died since I've been here. So just in this prison, so it's a little bit. Well, a lot of people have died next door, but somebody's actually died on my yard since I've been here. And all those thoughts, though, when you're in a cell by yourself, those thoughts started to come in my head. You know, where I'm thinking, damn, I wonder, I wonder how many people have died in this cell. You know, and I wonder how many people died in the cell. So the problem with Chino is that, okay, I was in a place called, well, I was in Palm Hall, and across from Palm Hall's the hole in Chino. So across from Palm Hall, they have a place called Cypress. It's and in Cypress they have a unit called deep segregation. And deep segregation is like it's an isolated tier um, that's for like extreme cases. I was down there for something that I did during a major disturbance in the prison. So they had me like in the back cells, which are called management cells, and those cells, those are cells where it was notoriously known that a lot of people kill themselves in those cells just because it's like the old school hole. And I swear down there, James, when I was in there, I don't know if I was like losing my mind or something just from being down there, but I used to see water in the air. Like sometimes I would just be kicking back, and out of nowhere. It used to look like kind of if you look over a barbecue pit when it's on, you see the air's kind of wavy. I would see that, and that shit used to freak me out. Where it would just come out of nowhere, and I'd just be chilling. And I'd be like, damn, it kind of looks like the air, like everything would be really cold, and then I would see the air kind of like just thick, like wavy, like a barbecue pit was on. So I had a
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
neighbor that was down there, and I was talking to him about like what I was going through down there by myself, like how it felt weird. And he goes, hey, you never feel like you see water in the air, like the air's kind of wavy? And that shit fucking tripped me out, because that's exactly what I saw,
Yeah.
And I was thinking like, damn, like I wonder if that was a fucking like some sort of spirit or some sort of, like some like murder victim or something down there, Yeah, no, I'm serious, and then the messed up part is in Gise, they control your light. So they cut the light off in Chino. They will cut the light off around 5 o'clock, and that side there's no direct sunlight coming in from the doors, so your cell gets pretty dark around 5-6 o'clock. So you're just basically in pitch black from like 6 o'clock until the next morning. And I used to just sit in there, like you can't do nothing. It's the hole, so I wouldn't have nothing to do, and I would try to use like some light that came in the cell. And there was always like a little sliver of light that would come from something. And I used to kind of like find it, find that little light, and then I would use it to play chess with my neighbor.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
I can't imagine that, man. I'm scared of the dark as an adult right now. So shit, imagine right now, it's all bad.
Yep. It's like that, It's like it'll break you of any of those fears that you might have, that are just natural fears. It'll break you of that. Now I don't, like, I'm a person that now I can be in darkness. I don't care if I'm in a place where people have died. And what was crazy too is that I used to feel like I would wake up like something was shaking me awake a lot in Chino out of nowhere. And shit would come in, and I would fucking jolt awake a lot. And it's crazy because it only happens in certain prisons, and that prison happened at right here. It doesn't happen.
And does that happen to a lot? Like, do you guys share stories with each other of like any like paranormal experiences that you guys had amongst each other?
We do, absolutely. Because there's a lot of times where, what's crazy is that I don't know if like there's a lot of times where you feel like you're being watched in here, and it's different from the cops. I just locked myself in, so Jesse stuck out there for a few minutes.
Do you think maybe like it was like a burial ground, maybe that people got buried, or maybe like some of the horrific stuff that happens to people in there that would cause those kind of activities, or where do you think it comes from?
I don't think it's the burial ground thing. There's some places where I kind of thought that, like around here in this prison, Centinela, we're in the middle of the desert. We're way out here. And so you never know. Like, this was all Native American land before, all this area, which was most of the U.S., all the U.S. actually. So the Salton Sea is close to here. So the Salton Sea wasn't always as polluted as it is now, which means that it would have been a resource to, for indigenous people and stuff like that. So you don't know what kinds of people or rituals or, burial places are out here in this desert. All they know is they found a good place way off to the side. The state bought the land, and you got yourself a prison. But a lot of horrific things happen in this prison, especially in Centinela. You can look on the website. Does it show how many people have been
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Been unalived?
It doesn't show on the website?
I don't think on a CDCR website, but I'm pretty sure I could do a search. And what dates would you like me to check, or before?
Shit, within the last 2 months, within 2024.
Oh man, it's probably been the worst in the last 12 months than ever.
Yeah, you don't gotta go back too far.
Yeah. Yeah, CDCR has definitely been a mess with a lot of these incidents that have been going on, over the last year.
No, I'm talking about here I'm talking about here in this prison.
Oh, okay, just there.
Yeah, Centinela.
Let me
Absolutely.
look it up.
Yeah,
See.
CDCR across the state is a madhouse too at times, but I'm talking about here in this prison. How many people, if it shows, because we know the number. We know a rough
It's,
number. We know what we hear. We hear the helicopters. We see the light fights. We do the lock. We get the lockdowns. But I don't know what they tell the public, honestly.
let me see here.
There's got to be investigations. There's got to be all kinds of shit going on at this place. And that's what that.
I'm checking
That's
Wikipedia
what
to
that.
check if this has any.
Well, I would just check this. I would just check the Centinela website. You would think that would be a public, or Centinela prison. You would think that would be a public number because they would
Public
have to disclose
information.
it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think they would be required to. But because I know that our loved ones, they read us some of the news articles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're doing like 2 in 1 day kind of shit. Two at the same time kind of shit. And it's like,
2 for 1.
so yeah, that's what they're doing. But that's what it is. That's the end game. What else do you want? There it is. You didn't lock it up. Congratulations, you're dead. No.
Yeah.
And that's just sad because you get back to the family and it's like the family wants to know why, or the family doesn't understand, and how could this happen? Like, what do you mean? You had an option. It might not have been an easy option, but it's a way better one. They could keep you.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
But yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks to know, and especially because I got friends over there. I got people that, they act super tough and shit when they don't know us, but the dudes that know us, especially me and Jesse, they're not talking to us all crazy like that. I haven't had one bad conversation with a friend, a real friend of mine, and I was out there with them on the streets, face to face. And them dudes don't give a fuck, man. They act like they do when they're in front of people that they don't got no choice, but them dudes don't care. They know what it is,
For sure. Hey, so it's about to hang up.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and wait for you guys to call back. And we had our first comment right here. We got Hustle Through the Struggle. Hustle Through the Struggle is tapping in.
Hey, respect. I'm gonna call back right now. Jesse will be in right now. They just called Dave and recall.
Okay. All right, for sure. All right. So for those of you that are just tuning in right now, we currently got Jesse and David, or David without Jesse right now, but Jesse should be jumping on shortly in the next moment or two. Right now, when they reconnect, it'll be David, and then when he comes back from Day Room Recall, then we'll have both of them on the lines. If you guys have any questions, are curious about anything, feel free to drop those comments in the chat, and I'll go ahead and read those comments off to them as soon as possible. And let me adjust my camera a little bit. Hey, Ace, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. We just hit 13,000 subscribers with some video visits earlier on, so definitely exciting. And what's going on with my lighting over here? Hustle Through the Struggle. Thank you for the like. Highly appreciate it. And which reminds me, I gotta download those video visits I did earlier on, so I could go ahead and post them up on YouTube. Hey Yanni, how's it going? I see your picture up on the screen. Appreciate the support. And how is everybody doing tonight? Anything going on? And anybody have any special plans tonight? We just got back from dinner with my wife, kids, and I did a little quick stop at IKEA. Which reminds me, I got some stuff I gotta build up. She told me I gotta have it ready. She gave me a 3-day deadline. I don't know how that's gonna work out because I'm gonna be working for the next 3 days and I'm gonna be tired. So probably have to push it. I'm gonna need to request a 4th day grace period to be able to finish up those cabinets for her Christmas gift. Gracias for the like, eh? Highly appreciated. And for those of you that are not familiar with the type of videos that we put out, oh well, we're gonna have to hold on for that. We got the call coming in.
This call is now being
Global
recorded.
Talent.
Oh, that's not good. Gee,
Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5.
5.
Gracias por utilizar Global Tel-Link.
Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, sorry it took a second. I had to put some shoes in front of the fan.
All right.
All right. Guess he's back in here right now. But yeah, we try to make shit happen to spend this time with you. But you know, it's crazy that we're so locked in our routines
Yeah.
that we today. So I got these yard dogs, right, and I've been getting clowned on these yard dogs
Yeah.
big time. Like the boys are not happy about the yard dogs, James. I'll tell you right now. But in my perspective and in my defense, the yard is a disgusting place.
So what do they look like?
With dirt.
What were they like? Oh, they're falling apart, or what's the situation with the yard dogs?
You asked what the yard dogs look like?
Yeah.
So, the yard dogs are they're like size 12 and a half Nikes, and I wear an 11 and a half. So those suckers are pretty big, and now they're all right, they're clean, but I just got a new pair of yard dogs. I had these ones though. These fools would fucking man. They gave me so many problems over these yard dogs because they were these Adidas shoes, but I play handball and I'm real athletic out there in the yard, so the handball court is not the best right here. So when I kick off to go for a ball, sometimes I roll my shoe a little bit and I get it enough to where it ripped the side of my shoe, and I just rocked it. Like you can see sock and everything.
Yeah, oh yeah, they gotta go. Those are.
I rocked that. Hey, I rocked that shit for like 8 months like that.
That's it. You got to throw in the towel already.
Hey, when I threw those yard dogs away,
Yeah.
Felipe was clapping like they were celebrating because I wouldn't come off, and it was like yeah. I still think about those shoes.
Yeah.
I do. I still think about them like, damn, you know, maybe there was another way.
For sure. Hey,
Me and Felipe were planning on how we could get them out of here without him noticing.
Yeah, they were trying
what
for
kind
a while.
what kind of plans did you guys come up with?
Well, we were like, hey, we're gonna do a fake self-search slip, put it on the wall right there, and be like, hey, they took them so many pairs of shoes and excess trash in the cell, and they grabbed.
Yeah, they were going to use that just a one-size sweep. They were going to sweep everything, you know.
Yeah. Take everything that doesn't belong here.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
All my
The
cardboard
Adidas
and
became a
freaking,
part of that.
you know, all my cardboard and my little freaking jail stuff, you know, some extra linea, the string on my CL20s. Did you bring the CL20s in?
I did.
All right, cool.
I sold them on the way though.
All right, cool.
So I just brought them back so that way you could give me the paperwork for them.
That's cool.
Hey, I'm going to get some of that
Gotta
fishing
make sure.
string so I could add it up.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
So I could add it on top of
You
my
want some
CL20s. Hey, Starlight, how's it
Fun
going?
linea? I will spin you some linea. Absolutely.
I'm going to need some.
Spin you some linea for the CL20 so you can hang it on your linea.
Hey, you know what? Which reminds me, I have to add a linea right here. I'm going to have to get some sheet covers right here that are falling apart. I'm going to have to run a line and you know what? I think that's where I'm gonna put my blues at. I'm gonna hang it on the linea. I gotta make it authentic.
Authentic.
You do, but you have to make the soap. You have to make the glue out of soap.
We're gonna spin you some linea. We're gonna send you some spun line.
You know.
All right.
We're gonna make you a place to hang your towel.
You got somewhere to hang your towel and your blues.
Yep. And that's the crazy part. When you walk in a cell, right? You walk in the cell for the first time, and you look around, you don't see those, like, none of that shit's in the cell. The cops come in and they tear all the lines down. They take everything. They knock the hooks off the wall. Like, you come into a cell, you're just like, what the hell? There ain't nothing in here. You do your laundry. I mean, you wash your clothes, you shower, and you're like, damn, where am I supposed to hang my towel? There ain't nowhere to hang your towel. You just got to kind of just drape it over your bunk or something, and that shit will start stinking. So you got to start thinking outside the box. You know?
And
You got to hook up some.
do they knock
Go
that
ahead.
off anytime they go into the cells to do a cell search, or if maybe you piss them off, or when is it that they'll knock it off when you move into a new cell?
It just depends on
Yeah.
the CO.
It all depends.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll just do it when after you move, after they move, the cell empties out. But a lot of times, a lot of staff will do it when they actually just do cell searches.
Yeah, they're supposed to come in and clear the cell. Like, if somebody leaves and before you move in, they're supposed to come in and look around and make sure there's no contraband in here left over. So then, if they come in here after that and they bust you with something, you can't be like, oh, well, it was already in here, because technically they're supposed to secure the cell. So when they come in to do that, you could tell because they'll knock everything off the walls. Some of them might come in, might come out, but most of the time they'll knock all your shit down. For sure.
And how do you guys feel about that when they knock stuff off of your wall? Is it like they've done it so many times that you guys are like whatever and just put everything back up, or how do you guys feel about it?
Blind rage. blind rage.
Yeah, the
Yes,
line's
weep.
the worst thing.
He'll weep for a little bit, you know.
Yeah, because you always need lines. The reality of it is your floor towels, you know, your regular towels, you always need lines. You know, you go to yard, wherever you go, you got laundry hanging up, stuff like that. And the inconvenience of waiting for glue to dry and stuff like that before you can put your lines back up, it's just and sometimes, you know, if they break the hooks and stuff like that, it just puts you back. It can put you back 2 days, you know, and like trying to dry your clothes. You can't have wet clothes, you know, dripping, and you can't hang them on your bed on the back, you know, the bunk and stuff. So that it's just a whole nother nuisance, you know. So it just feels.
It adds though to what, like, if you put your cell back together,
Yeah.
you know, you're putting everything back together. It's like a tornado. You're trying to separate your shit from your celly shit, you know. There's some stuff on your bunk, there's some stuff on his bunk, the mattresses are on the ground, your sheets are all untied everywhere, like, shit's everywhere. It's like a tornado. When they really come, they come, you know. And then all your lines are knocked off. You don't got nothing to hang up your clothes, the hangers. Like, we have these homemade hangers we have for our blues. And those are gone. Everything's fucked up, you know. And then not only that, in the middle of that, you got to spin line again to get your clothes up. You know, we don't have torn sheets in here. Like, we got our sheets that we have to use, you know, for our beds and shit. Like, back in, like, I know, like, in AdSeg, you know, a lot of the sheets are torn, you know, in the hole, but this ain't the hole. So we don't keep stuff like that. So you're basically just trying to figure out, like, damn, what pair of boxers am I going to take apart now? Because I need line, you know. You got to strip down, you got to take out the string out of the entire elastic of the boxers. That's a whole mission right there. And then you got to spin it, then you got to freaking make the glue, then you got to hook it all back up, and you're doing all this while you're trying to put your life back together. Pictures are everywhere. Fucking, yeah, shit sucks. It's all bad.
It doesn't sound like a fun
So
time.
who? No, not at all.
Stay out
That's
of
all the
prison.
more reason. It's just all the more motivation why you do what you're supposed to do to get up out of prison and never come back.
That's how it is. It's never going to change. Prison is always going to be like that.
Yeah.
It's the same song and dance. They're improving. They're giving us more privileges and stuff like that, but it's the same shit. Hey, you say you had some comments for us?
Who's all
Right,
out listening, James?
right now we
You can give a
got
shout out to. I mean,
right now we got so far the only people that have dropped comments would be Hustle Through the Struggle. He was tapping in. We also got Starlight. She wrote good evening, and we also had A Sco, good evening, and that's it for now.
go.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions for these gentlemen here, they're currently incarcerated in California State Prison, Centinela. If you guys have any questions or are curious about anything, feel free to drop any comments or questions in the chat, and I'll go ahead and read them off, in the order they're received, if you will. And don't be shy. I'm sure if you guys are listening, there might be something you might be curious about or something that you need clarity on, and these gentlemen could answer. And as a matter of fact, we just got a question from A Sco, and let me see. First question is going to be, what things do they look forward to every day?
I look forward to. Fuck. I really don't look forward to anything every day.
The only thing Dave looks forward to is eating.
Yeah, I look forward to whatever I'm gonna eat, but I look forward to my schoolwork, really. But prison is like the only things I really look forward to here are probably our softball games. Softball games, like the basketball league games, I like that, but I don't really look forward to them as much as I do playing softball out there with the fellas. Like tomorrow morning we got morning yard, so hopefully there's enough people out there to get a softball game going. And
there's supposedly it's supposed to be a Building 3 against Building 5 game, but I don't think there's going to be enough people to show up. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, but there's not. It's the same thing every day. It's like the Twilight Zone. You go out.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And this is for decades.
The only thing I look forward to is stimulating conversations that I get to have with with other people in the recovery community, and the interactions that I have with people out there, in society, with my family, with friends, with loved ones, and so it's just a motivational factor, So for me, that's I look forward to engaging with other people that are in the community with me, because we make this our life. We talk about the things that I know are necessary to internalize and my insight and get me better versed for the preparation ahead of me, because I know that every time we have one of those conversations, I feel like that puts me closer to my freedom, because the conversations that I'm having with the people in here, today is the conversation I'm ultimately going to have with the commissioners and board, in a year from now, which is ultimately going to set me free, as far as physical freedom, and so that's really I wake up, fortunately for me, I'm living with Dave, so I get to wake up with my friend, with my brother every day. That I look forward to that. He leaves for family visit, and the first day it's like, all right, I'm cool, got the house to myself, just a different peace of mind. And by day 2, I'm already trying to blow up his wife's phone.
Yep.
You need to tell him to come home.
I'm like, hey, Jess, how'd you get messages on my tablet? Yeah.
I'm sending text messages to his tablet I don't know where you're at. You're with her.
Yep.
By the time he walks in the building, I'm like a dog at the door, just waiting, tail wagging.
Yep.
The house is torn up.
Yep.
Chewed up the furniture, the sofa. Got food all over the floor. He comes in like, "Were you a bad boy? Were you a bad boy, Jim?"
Yep.
I'm wagging my tail,
he's looking at Felipe like he did it.
You got
this to the house.
You got Felipe on your ankles.
Yeah.
I got Felipe running circles around my legs.
Yep. That's the only thing I look forward to in prison is seeing my wife. A regular visit and family visit. Seeing my family and stuff. My family they don't come up that much though. My wife does. My wife comes up, as much as she can.
And how often do you get those the what do you call it, the family visits?
Well, generally, since I've been here, I've been getting them every 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
But this next one, because my wife, she's got to do stuff during the week, if you get them, if you put for the weekdays,
mm-hmm.
Monday to Wednesday or Wednesday to Friday, you get them pretty fast, 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to understand that my wife has to work out there too, she's got to do things. It's hard to take days of the week off. And if I want to see my son, which I do, I want to see my son on the next one. So I had to put a weekend. And that one, man, it's gonna take like 5 months for that one.
Mm.
Yep, that shit sucks. That's a nightmare to me, honestly. Stresses me out.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
And how many bungalows or buildings do they have when they have the family visits?
They got 10 bungalows, but they only use 5, and they only take 2 to 3 people out at a time. It's a freaking joke here.
It's a horrible system.
Yep. Hey, I'll explain more. You gotta go?
No.
You got another call on you?
No.
Esta llamada y
We
su
got another call.
número.
Are we
doing marshmallows?
You want to do marshmallows? Okay, mama.
What's this called again?
Ese es un sloth.
Sloth.
Un sloth.
What did live?
Esos lo miré una vez cuando fuimos a Panamá.
Panama?
Panamá, ajá.
What's Panama?
Panamá está por Central America.
I don't remember.
Bring me a map, I'll show you. Bring me the world, bring me the globe, I'll show you right now.
Wait. What's those called again?
Un sloth.
Sloth.
Yeah.
Sloth, the dangerous?
No, they're not dangerous, they're slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about somebody
Esta
Call is
es
now being
Global
recorded.
Telling. Usted tiene
no,
una
they're not
llamada
dangerous.
prepagada de
How about somebody touch
David
them?
Lopez.
You could touch him.
un individuo encarcelado
They move too
en
slow.
de la prisión estatal de Centinela, Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call.
Yeah.
You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
James.
David.
So, yep. So the bungalows, there's 2 sets of 5, right? So there's 5 on one side, and then like across like a little like dirt area, there's another 5, and the 5 are connected, you know. But there's fences, like there's little yards, and the bungalows are separated by fences. So you see like 5 little like yards right there, and then they got barbecue pits outside of them now. I mean, at least the ones that we go to, but we can't use them yet. So I think they're gonna let us barbecue pretty soon. And when you go in there, there's a living room, a kitchen, a bathroom area, shower, and then there's 2 bedrooms. There's a bedroom that has like a master bedroom with a queen size bed, and then there's another bedroom with like 2 twin size beds. And then there's a big old flat screen in there, a bunch of DVDs. Like this last one we were in, there was a lot of DVDs. There was like 100 DVDs, maybe more. Yeah, there was a lot.
Man.
So you got a DVD player, remote, couch, 2 couches. Yep.
Well, hey, just in case the internet ever goes off, then at least we know where the DVDs and the TVs are at if we need to, if we don't have any internet or Netflix going on.
It's crazy, huh? You guys don't even got DVDs no more?
I do. I'm one of those people that still, as a matter of fact, man, I just got like 150 of like Blu-rays and DVDs from a Redbox because they went out of business. And my wife was like, man, what do you want that stuff for? I was like, man, just in case, we ever lose internet, then I'll be ready. I don't know what you're going to be watching, but I'm going to be watching E.T. I'm going to be watching Ronin. I'm going to have all kinds of stuff in my office while you're trying to connect on Netflix. It's not going to be working for you.
For sure.
Yep.
Well, you're going to be on the roof. Well, you're going to on the roof trying to plant with a bunch of hangers, making an antenna, making some rabbit ears.
You know what? Funny enough.
I think though.
Go ahead.
I think I like the idea of being disconnected sometimes. Just like turning on a movie, even on TV, where it's not connected to nothing, no type of technology or internet or nothing, and just kicking back and watching it. Or even I don't know. I like it. I feel like I'm just disconnected from everything, from the world. It's hard to explain, but that's probably the shoe baby in me.
You know what? I think sometimes life is it's a lot simpler. Yeah, when you're not worried about what's happening on social media or checking this, that, and the other, like different apps on your phone. I think it gets a bit overwhelming and doing it all the time. So sometimes I'll just put my phone down and for a few hours and leave it charging and not even look at it because it's too much at times.
What I don't understand, which is good about, I guess, coming to non-designated yards and stuff like that, or even SNY yards, is that I don't give a shit what people think anymore. Like I really don't. Like I do not give a flying fuck about what people think. And even like so I hear all these stars and stuff like that, and they're always like, man, they're being trolled, and they're like their mental health is going down, and it's like, damn, like that sounds kind of codependent right there. You know, they're dependent on what other people are thinking about them for their own mental health and livelihood and all that stuff. And it's like, man, just be yourself, and people are going to support you. We got people that support Jesse and I,
Yeah.
and we got some weird ass people that come on there and say stupid shit too. You know, but at the end of the day, who cares?
Yeah.
You know, it's like it doesn't matter. Like who cares?
You know what? I think that's a good
Everybody's
top.
entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of us don't realize. That we're our phones and electronics is an addiction, and a lot of us rely on it more than we should.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We see it in here, like even with the tablets. You know what I mean? Like it's part of the routine. Like when you first get up, you first wake up. The first thing I do is grab my tablet. You know, the first thing I do is check my messages. I come in from yard. The first thing is like, what's going to make a difference? Whether there's a message there when I get done bird bathing, or to see the message before I bird. You know, but it's just we all have everybody in prison. And I'm sure out there has the same way. Like the first thing we do is go for the device. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, and I'll check my messages and see it's there, and then it's like an instant gratification. You see that little green dot on, like, okay, cool. You read your message.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
But a good friend of mine used to work for Microsoft, you know, and you know they create the technology, and like she always says that you know she never has any of these apps on the phone or anything like that, because the apps are created to to be addictive. That's exactly how they're created. The algorithm and the way they're set up is for people to be addicted to them. And so it's like a drug dealer. Like you don't get high on your own supply, you know. So being the fact that she knows exactly how they're created and what their intention is, you know, she tries not to fall victim to her own creations, you know, because she's a computer engineer.
Yeah.
And so it's a trip, you know, like when she thinks about it, like when she says, you know, like all that stuff, that's exactly how it's meant, you know. And she said that there's scientific proof that the same chemical release when you use drugs is the same chemical release that you get when you see that light on, or when you you get a like on your thing, or whatever it is, you know, like
Yeah.
whatever your media trip is, the biological thing that happens inside you, the chemical releases, it's the same thing as when you use narcotics or when you eat sugar. So it's you know. That's
Damn.
what they do.
So I'm a full blown fiend. Then I'm done. That's it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
over.
Me, just from the messages that you read me, I'm so freaking twisted up. I got a BBL. I got some wrestling in my lips. I got them ostrich skin boots. Yeah, it's like thanks viewers. That fucked me all up. I can't even smile because I got so much Botox in my face. Yeah.
Hey,
All for likes. You like these fat lips?
we got a comment from Starlight, and she writes, let me see. She wrote, "I can't wait. Finally got our family visit coming in February. It will be nice to be disconnected. So she's gonna be out there in February.
Starlight.
Yeah.
Better behave yourself, Starlight.
Centinela?
Behave yourself out there.
Yeah. Yeah, she's in.
Hey, that's cool, man. I'm really happy for you and your man, because it's a way to connect, man. And if your man's giving you family visits and making sure that that you get that privilege, and he's doing what he's got to do, because you can lose those privileges. There's a lot of shit that I had to give up to get those family visits. You know, I had to make sure, you know, yeah, I'm eligible because I'm not in prison for no weird shit or nothing like that, but I had to stay away from, like, I had to know when it was time to, you know, quit using drugs, and you can't use cell phones, you can't do none of that stuff. You know, if you do, you're just risking on losing that for your spouse. And that was something that I wasn't willing to do. I wasn't willing to lose that, you know. So I had to give up a lot of stuff, man, and it was all worth it. Just that time that I get to spend with my wife, it's worth it.
Hey Jesse,
There's a lot of times. Go ahead.
you if I remember correctly, I recall you saying that your family visit privileges were restricted. How many years was it that they took them away from you?
They took my regular visits for 3 years, and then my family visits for 3 years after that. So I had 1 year no visits completely, and then I had 2 years where I had to visit behind the glass. And then once I was finished with that restriction, then they put me for 3 years with no family visits. So I get my family visits back till February of 2026.
I just can't believe they did that. I thought it would just be 3 years total, for everything.
Yeah, no, your family visit restriction doesn't even start until after your regular visit restriction.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that too, because I was like, man, when I first started my change, I was still, like kind of involved with like some shit I shouldn't have been, And I'm glad that I was able to come to my senses, and battle my addiction and let it go, because that was just, I don't know, that was crazy. That sucks. I knew some people that were losing their visits for, like, no one thought that they would take them for phones,
Mm-hmm.
and then they changed that policy, and there's fools that had like a lot of phone write-ups and shit, and they lost them forever.
Damn.
Definitely. Yep.
Yep.
You
And
look
that's, they could have got me. They could have got me the same way, just on the phones alone. You know what I mean? But it wasn't a. Yeah, it sucks. And it's just a reminder for me though. Now, like why, like how selfish I was. You know what I mean? Because I was, put my family through that. Because really those visits aren't for us; they're for them.
Mm-hmm.
And so, to think that I sacrificed my family visits, for my own selfish reasons. But they definitely the phone thing. How is it now? It's like the first one is a year, and then the second one's 3 years, and then after that it's indefinite. 3 phones.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I think that's how, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too sure, but I think that's how it works. And I've already had 2 or 3 phone write-ups.
Hey, tell Starlight to bring a plastic bed covering.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah, because it's a mess out there.
Yeah, that shit is.
She's coming here to Centinela?
Flip the mattress.
Yeah,
Flip
yeah.
the mattress and put a plastic bed covering.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's.
these ones right here in Centinela are fucking a dump.
Do you guys share the same? Do you guys share the family visit units amongst all the yards, or does everybody have
Yeah,
designated?
no, it's all the yards.
Oh,
They
okay.
do 1 yard a week. 1 yard a week. So 4 yards 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And 2 of them need new mattresses horribly.
The mattress in Unit 1 is horrible. Me and my wife, we were like falling into the middle of it. It was like, it was.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Good thing is there's some Hainan Sea Yard, or a couple people, I don't know if it's just a Hainan, but there's a family, on a couple people on Sea Yard that are trying to donate a couple mattresses right now. So
They're bad. They're bad. Hey, that shit is nasty. I seen that mattress and I was like, oh, hell no. It tells a story, James. That's all I'm saying.
Man, definitely got
if
their
you lay down
mileage.
on that bed, you're gonna get pregnant. You're gonna get pregnant just laying there.
Got the mileage, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's cool though, man. It's other than the fact that yeah, we clean though. Like when I first get in there, I scrub that whole place out. There's not much you can do. Like about the mattresses and shit, just bring a plastic cover, and then like her dude should go bring some like state sheets too, because you don't want to really touch any of that shit. Something's been done everywhere in there.
Yeah, it's a crime scene.
Yeah, don't put
Imagine
a
you bring
black light in there either.
a blue light.
Yeah, you're done.
That's
It'd
it.
be like a freaking, yeah. Everything needs hazmat to go in there.
Hey, let me ask you. I got a question for you from. Let me see from A Sco, and he's asking.
Hey, Skull was cracking.
He wants to know what year do they get out?
I got a board date in 2031, and Jesse goes to board in like
I go next year.
Almost next year, yeah.
At the end of next year, so I'd probably get out by summer of 26.
Yeah, I was originally sentenced to 42 years to life. Jesse was originally sentenced to LWOP, so he didn't even have a release date ever. And his changed to 25 to life, and he's already almost there. And technically my board date is 2039 right now. 2039, 2038, something like that. But they changed a new law that says that when you're 50 years old and you're in for 21 years, you get an opportunity to go to board for elderly consideration. So I go to board in I'll be 50 in 7 years. You know.
My board is technically in February of 26, but I'm petitioning to go back May of next year, and more than likely they'll grant my petition.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
And they'll set me out. 5-6 months, and so that'll put me at the end of next year. And if I get found suitable, that means they'll let me out by around May of 26.
Yep. Hey, you want to do another call, James?
Yeah, because I recall you wanted to speak about Donovan.
Oh, that's right. I did want to talk about Donovan. Good for reminding me. I'll call you back.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, Jesse is at the finish line. He should be out in the next 18 months if everything goes, according to his plan. And then David has another at least maybe like 7 years before he's able to go in front of the parole board, unless he gets resentenced. If he gets resentenced, then he might be coming home sooner. Anyhow, these are live calls, collect calls from Centinela State Prison. We're currently live on the line with Jesse and David. Man, my eyes are dry. I gotta get some.
This call is now being recorded.
Link. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5.
5.
Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yup. All right. So I know earlier on you had mentioned something about Donovan. The microphone's yours. You could take the microphone hostage at any time.
All right. I was like, wait a minute. Don't say that. Remember, I have an in-house.
I know.
Why the hostages?
Yeah, do not say that.
We have a hostage situation.
Nah, so, Donovan. I was just curious about Donovan because we're hearing a lot of shit over the Menendez brothers, in that documentary and all that. I want to know if any of the viewers out there got any information for us, because James, who was usually our master researcher, couldn't come up with nothing. This is what we're hearing, and we call this inmate Twitter, which means like the gossip on the yard and stuff like that, he said, she said kind of shit. But so we're hearing that Eric, was it Eric just? Eric Menendez got busted with a cell phone while they were doing that documentary, which is recently. What we heard is that the 115, which is the write-up he got for that, because you can't have a cell phone in prison, the write-up somehow was asked to go away at the direction of the warden in Donovan. Then we heard today from the yard that the warden got escorted off of the premises in Donovan for accepting money for the documentary. Now, I just want to reiterate, this is inmate Twitter. We're not basing this off any fact other than conversation on the Yadra. And unfortunately, go ahead.
What was the last part you said? You said something about? Did you say something about money and that documentary?
Yes, I did.
I missed it. Can you?
Supposedly. Supposedly, look, you got it. This kind of cheese man right here, James. It only goes on the Yadra once or twice, and it's gone forever.
I know. That's my ears are perked up right now.
Yep. So what I heard was that the warden supposedly got walked off the yard, which means when they walk you off the yard, that means that they're escorting you out of the prison for an investigation or whatever, and that you're no longer allowed to be on the grounds until the investigation is complete. That's a big thing for someone to get walked off the yard, and I haven't heard of a warden getting walked off the yard. So that right there is something a little bit different. So I would think if something like that happened, wouldn't that be all over the news?
Yeah, I was trying to look it up and I didn't find
That's what I'm
anything.
saying.
Normally, I would see a video from that prison guard with that type of information because I'm pretty sure that when stuff like that occurs in the CDCR,
Yep.
people, all kinds of employees are reaching out to him and giving him that type of information on his lab. But yeah, I couldn't find anything, so it would be interesting if
Yeah,
that is.
because he's the one that came up with the 115, right?
Mhm.
From Eric Menendez. Yeah.
Yeah, he had
And
originally
so
mentioned that. Yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah. So for 115 came up, he knows people in there. He probably knows the dude that went in the cell and grabbed that phone. So it's a little different because prison could be its own environment, and I think corruption is corruption. If somebody says, "Hey, make this go away," that sounds like corruption to me. If somebody accepts money for personal gain, to profit off of people in his custody, that is corruption. And so that's a problem. So people will get arrested. Like one thing that I know is the people that are in charge of the investigations in prison, those dudes are some of the most honest investigators that I've ever seen. They'll cut some corners and they'll do some shit to you, but they're as far as them doing their jobs in here, they're crime fighters, and they will arrest the warden if they found out that he's done something he's not supposed to be doing.
You know what?
So
I'm not sure if you guys heard this, but also that prison guard had mentioned that the warden had his wife up in the prison, taking pictures with the Menendez brothers. Did you guys hear about that?
that's no, but that's a problem.
Yeah.
That sounds like a link to the inmate Twitter story we have here.
Yeah. So there's a link, that the investigation is on.
Mm.
And one thing I could say about the warden we have here is everything that we've known about this guy because of the programs and stuff that he's implementing here. Like we have a strong leader here in this prison. There's a lot of things that aren't perfect here in this prison because there's a lot of shit going on in the other yards, but I can see the honesty, the integrity, and the humanity coming from the administration here right now. And that's a difference. You could just tell when something's not right. And in the prison, because it trickles down. There's a lot of people that are just trying to make an honest dollar here. I don't see none of the stuff here that I've seen in other prisons. And so that's just one thing that I could give. You could give credit to the men and women that work here.
Plus, we got an awesome warden right here. The warden in
Yes,
the prison
I'm
right
saying,
now, he's super proactive and progressive in the sense that he understands the direction that CDC is trying to move in, and he's with it. He's definitely a part of the solution versus being a part of the problem. Because there's an old guard that's basically just like, oh well, let me get up out of here before all this weird stuff starts happening. And because just like the residents here, a lot of people don't like to see change, and same thing with the guys who've been here 20, 25 years, 30 years, working in CDC with staff. Like they're accustomed to doing things a certain way, but when the union starts telling you or the administrator starts telling you can't do things a certain way, sometimes they're like, oh well, let me get up out of here.
Yeah.
But fortunately for us, the warden that we have here, he's trying to do things the right way, which is cool, and I think that that's a benefit, to us and our families, because it's good to have that kind of an ally. He understands what it's like to be on the floor because he went up through the ranks, to the warden. He was a correction.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
He went from a correctional officer all the way to the warden, so he understands what it is to be in corrections, you know. And so for him to still have vision and an open mind for the direction that CDCR is moving in, that, you know, that's a breath of fresh air, you know.
Yeah, and that's what it is, you know. But if that's true over there, then they got a lot of shit going on in that prison. But that's the thing about dealing with the celebrities and stuff. There are celebrities that are incarcerated. You know, there's notorious prisoners and stuff like that. I've been around them, and all I see is just another man. All I see is another man that's just doing freaking, just trying to survive in here. I don't see notoriety. I don't see none of that other shit. I just see people that are just on the yard, just like me, you know. So I don't go up. I won't talk to somebody if I know, oh, well, this fool's famous. This fool's here for this. This fool's here for that. You know, I'm not gonna go make my way over to him, to try to like introduce myself and be like, hey man, you know, I've seen your story and all. Now I just go about my business, you know. And that's what it is.
So David
If I
doesn't
come
get
across them,
starstruck.
I never get starstruck.
Yeah.
That's my superpower. Yeah, it don't happen. Yeah, and I've been around celebrities out there on the streets, you know, in society, here and there in my old life, and I don't get starstruck. I just see people. You know, yeah, there's people that have like they obviously got more money and shit like that, you know, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. But you know what's crazy is that when we don't have a lot of positive examples of people in our lives. We have a few that are positive. I've had you know, some good examples out there, but they weren't really like lined up with my beliefs at the time, so I didn't know how to utilize those types of positive role models. But as I went deeper and deeper into my criminal lifestyle, I didn't really have anybody positive to look up to. Gang leaders, mobsters, those were the people that I idolized. And so I started to model my behavior after them. Well, now in my recovery, the people that we have to model our behavior the most after are the people that work in here. You know, Jesse and I, we were talking about this before, and it's like, look, we see people that come in here that work. Some of them are officers, some of them are free staff, some of them are teachers and whatnot. But these people every single day are an example to us. Every time they do the right thing in here, every time they don't get involved with this bullshit in here, but they still come to work. They work doubles. They work through the holidays, you know, different overtime opportunities, the respect, the humanity, the dignity. That's a role model right there. And, you know, and that's something that I don't know if they realize it or not, you know, but we watch them just as much as they watch us, but we look for different things. A lot of people, like Jesse and I, we look for ways to improve our life based on their example. Okay, I'm not a cop, so I'm not a crime fighter. Jesse's not a crime fighter. We're not here for that. People that come into prison and they think they're officers now and shit like that, you know, but that's not how we do our time. You know, we fight back the negative aspects of the yard by creating safe places for people to change their lives and rehabilitate around us. That's how we give back to the community. There's some people that are just full-blown raptors. And that's how that's how they do their time, you know.
Yeah.
But they come up in here and they get on that weird stuff, and they try to do it under the guise of, you know, they're doing the right thing and it's a part of the recovery. Like, no, that's bullshit, fool. You know what I mean? Like, the reality is, if you're selling somebody out who's still struggling and going through his shit, and you're doing that for you're doing that for self-gratification. You know, you're either getting something out of it from some cop, or you know, or you just trying to fit in. You know, whether it's with them, you know. And I've seen it. I've seen a lot of the dudes that run around here that do all that weird shit. Like, you can see it. Like, man, that dude, it got nothing to do with doing what's right with integrity. It's a selfish gratification.
Yep.
they're just filling one hole with another. And for us, it's like, man, I'm going to get out of prison on my own merits. It's not going to be at sacrificing other people. And, like, I don't put myself in situations. People know not to put no stupid shit around me because we don't indulge in none of that shit. So keep it away from us. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean I got to be running around like, hey, this guy's doing this. Like, that's just weird. You know what I mean? Like, do your time and focus on yourself and figure out how you're going to get out of prison and stay out of prison. And stop worrying about what other people are doing. And it's just. It's just a weird thing,
And the thing is, if you're in recovery, like, you shouldn't be knowing too much about that shit.
Right.
Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know so much about that dude's business, then you're probably involved with things. You're focused on things that don't concern you. And if they do concern you, then, it's obvious why.
Yeah.
You still got reservations. You're still kind of dipping and dabbling, But me, I honestly, like, yeah, I know who the drug dealers are. I'm not blind. I'm not blind to see who's doing little things and interacting and where that circles and shit like that. Like, that's obvious. You see that, but as far as knowing what their dynamic is like what they got on them and what they're doing and who they're fucking with, like, I don't know none of that. That's none of my business. I'm not looking for it. If my ear's open, there's probably a reason for it. And that's that. But
and you shouldn't be building your recovery on the back of somebody else.
That's what I'm saying.
Like that's harming somebody.
Yeah.
When you're putting somebody
Further
in
harm.
that way, instead of trying to go and help them,
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
helping them see that there's another way, you turn around, you trying to put somebody in jail and it's like, come on, man, that's not your job. Your job is to fix you and not do it on the back of somebody else,
And things you want to.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
For sure.
You want to wrap up after this last call, James?
We'll do one more if you want to do one more, and wouldn't want to cut you guys off in the middle of. I think it's definitely a good topic right there that you guys are, bringing, shedding some light on.
That's cool. All right. Call you back right now.
All right, cool, for sure. All right. So for anybody that's tuning in right here, we got David and Jesse. Jesse always got the Jesse. David always got the mic on kidnap status, if you will. They're currently incarcerated in a Centinela state prison, and we have these conversations at least once a week. Normally it's Saturday or sometimes Sunday, depending on what my work schedule is. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be working this whole weekend, so I bumped it up to Saturday. So here we are. But throughout the week, normally I'll have different individuals coming on, sharing their stories, their life experiences, if you will. If you like listening to these type of journeys, definitely hit that subscribe button, and it's free. My favorite type of price.
This call is now being
Esta es
recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5.
5.
Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We haven't heard nothing from Fish Slayer and Lifeman, and I want to know where the hell is Chubby Jessica.
we haven't.
Hey, Chubby Jessica is like a fixture of this show.
No.
Well, she was on last week
regular-
when we were on.
Yeah, she is just as much a part of At Collect Call as us.
Yeah.
she even held a show one time. Remember when you walked off?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. She called in, man. She came ready.
Like,
She definitely came ready.
Hey, she came ready like a motherfucker. Huh? Just came out of nowhere. Huh? Just straight held the show.
With some fire ass questions.
Yeah, with some super questions.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're gonna start the podcast. Where in the world is Chubby Jessica?
Yeah. Where's Carmen? Where's it, Carmen Sandiego? Where's
Yeah.
Chubby Jessica?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Betrayal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's cool.
Now we got the, because Marlene's always rolls with us. Marlene rolls with us, man. That's one thing we talk about. Marlene a lot with Gary, you know. And
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised though. Fish and Iceman haven't been on the last couple times we've been on here.
yeah, we kind of bounce around a little bit, but because of the days. But that's not really because of us. So I want all the viewers out there to know that that's 100% James's fault.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is true.
That is, you know, God forbid he has to support his family and have a job and work and stuff like that. So
And you know what? And that's why I don't have dedicated. I don't have like dedicated days and times. I mean, and that's one of the suggestions my wife made to me like early on. When I started this, she was like, you need to have like your certain days, like Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at this certain time. I was like, I just can't do it. Just based on my work schedule. My work schedule is all over the place, and then on my days off, I got different things going on. So. I wish I could, give some dedicated days. So, pretty much, whenever I jump on these causes, when I have some time, free and it doesn't affect, whatever we got going on in the household. So,
uh,
maybe one day, maybe
well,
one day.
I hope the people out there. I hope you guys. I hope you guys like our topics and stuff like that. We try to stay on topic as best we can, but I kind of like when we veer off into little side topics. Because look, this is who we are. You're getting a transparent look at prison, at Jesse and I, and I think it's different in the way that we don't glorify prison. Sometimes we talk about war dogs and we talk about old times and shit, but it's not about trying to glorify this place because we're trying to do the opposite. This place is not. There's nothing honorable about coming to prison. This is a scourge of society. It's not. There's a lot of good people in here that have learned, but unfortunately, it took a lot of shit, and it took people losing their lives in most instances for us to learn the error of our ways. So we just try to make a difference any way that we can. We're always trying to get back. We're trying to become better people every single day. And that's what you get right here. We like when we get to answer questions for you guys. If you have questions regarding like prison in general, your loved ones and stuff like that, like what they might be going through, like I said, prison is.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
It's not unique in different in that many ways. Yes, there's different sides of the spectrum. There's the general population side, which is like considered the active gang members and stuff like that. There's a non-designated side, which means that we don't have labels. We just don't. I'm not active. I'm not an active gang member. I'm active in my recovery, but I'm not an active gang member. I'm just not. I'm done with that. I used to be. I did it for a long time. I've done every which way, and I'm done.
I'm just a soft guy in a hard place trying to get by.
That's it. That's it.
Hey, so we got a comment from Patricia, or we got a comment from Patty Cakes 13. She writes hello, and she also writes, "What's his name?" It's not what's his name, it's what is their names. We got two individuals on the line with us right now.
I'm David Isaac Lopez. This is Jesse Nava.
Jesse Nava and David Lopez.
Yep, that's us.
That's right.
For those who don't know, we are serving life sentences at this time, but that's going to change. We're not life without. We got indeterminate sentences, but shit's going to change. I'm going to get the fuck out of this place. I got a little bit more time left than Jess, but hopefully that's going to change soon. Yep, and that's what it is. So sorry, what the hell was the name again? Butterscotch baby cakes, something like that? Yep.
Butterscotch baby cakes.
It came out.
Patty cakes.
Patty cakes? Oh, there we go.
Butterscotch baby cakes.
It came out a little late.
Snicker bar. Are you hungry, Dougie?
I'm a little hungry right now. You got any zingers down there? Nope, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, just because we've been off for a minute right now. Shit, we started with the video calls because We like to have that kind of interaction with you guys, but it's it's about that time,
Yeah, it's getting pretty late. I'm gonna need you to finish those nachos too, cause
This is my favorite. Hey, this is my favorite part about Jesse's meals is because he doesn't finish all of them, so I get to knock that shit down.
Hey, Patty Cakes, she put a little happy emoji, a little laughing emoji. We got Chaparrita 805, and she writes, "Hello, guys."
Hey, what's cracking?
chaparrita de amor.
Yeah, just happy to put a smile on your guys' face. Take out some of the seriousness to for life in general.
The monogamy of the
monogamy, the monotony.
Yeah, the monotony. There you go. What did I say? Monogamy.
The monogamy.
Oh, yeah, trying to be faithful. Yeah, I'm trying to be faithful to the day to day.
Yeah, I know. I am monogamous. That is me. But no, other than that though, it's that's what it is, man. Sorry you guys tuned in kind of late. We started with the video calls at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been on here for almost 3 hours, serio?
Plus, yeah.
7, 8, 9, damn.
Yep, I feel like this is a part of who I am now.
Hey, don't be telling people that these phone calls be making your sentences fly by. They're gonna be upset.
Right?
I feel like the vato in the painting now. James is painting.
Oh, yeah.
The vato with the phone right there,
Where is that painting?
Pablo has it.
Oh.
Hey, your painting's in Pablo's cell, just so you know.
Okay, all right.
So he's the next to go, but
It's probably safer there.
yeah. Well, we just don't got room for it. He don't got a celly.
Yeah.
Easier for Pablo. We got the little knickknacks though, because we have some little
Got your little trinket.
Yeah, figurines or whatever that we're gonna
your
send out.
little sculpture with yours and your girl's initial on there.
Oh, okay,
We got
okay.
that on there.
Hey, let me ask you.
It's in a safe spot.
Let me ask you guys. You guys don't have anybody coming home anytime soon?
There's still about to leaving downstairs soon.
He already left.
Did he?
Yeah, he left yesterday, but I don't trust these people. That's
Yeah,
the thing, James. Like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know.
yeah, there's all kinds of people getting out of prison, but
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah, no.
we don't mess with those people too much.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm at. Like somebody
We don't know who
that you guys would think would be trustworthy.
you would already know.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, you would already know.
All right.
You look for shit like that. It's just most of the dudes in our circle, they're all lifers.
Yeah.
So if one of these guys gets out, it's a big thing. Like you will know.
Okay.
And these dudes that are short timers, like I don't know what they're here for. Like I don't check people's paperwork and nothing like that. But I see some of their interactions in here, and they're already like sending up red flags.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know who they are. I would hate for you to like pick somebody up and then you end up with some rice in your car. You end up with some rice on your mustache.
Yeah. And you're gonna really have to get rid of it.
It's like, hey, he didn't tell you I've been down a while. Oh shit! Run, James, run! We'll be on the video call. It'll be like the Blair Witch Project, huh?
Yeah. Like the straight Blair Witch, huh?
Oh man.
James in the desert running.
Yeah, it's all
You know
bad.
what's funny though?
Oh,
Hey, James, what you know about the other day? I think yesterday, matter of fact, when Flipper was on the phone with you, right?
Uh-huh.
On the video call.
Yeah.
Douglas could see you all the way from the shower, from the upper B shower, way over there. He could see your brocha on the video on the screen. He knew. He's like, hey, Douglas. I call him
Douglas. Oh,
Douglas.
Douglas.
But I call him Douglas. Yeah, Douglas. Yeah, Douglas. So,
Yeah.
Little Dougie Fresh.
Yeah, Douglas was on the phone. Was in the shower, upper B shower, and, and from all the way across the world, he could see your brocha. He was like, "Hey," because I seen Felipe was on the phone with with James. I could see the brocha from here. I was like, "Check you out, yo."
Damn,
I gotta put Dougie on with some calls with you.
For
He's
sure.
pretty funny. I like that fool.
Hey, I don't know about Douglas looking at me in the shower. I don't know. It's my spider senses are tingling right now.
Well, we told you what it was. So I don't know why it's tingling. Like,
Yeah,
you know what it is.
yeah. He was slapped through all the way from the shower.
Yeah.
He acted like he was looking at the brocha, but he was looking for something.
Yeah, the shower sharks that are from the showers. Showering sharks.
Yeah, that's what you call a reverse shark. He was
Reverse
reverse shower shark.
You know? Yeah,
Those are the most dangerous ones.
we gotta try to do try to figure out what day to line up doing the call with Jeanette.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah,
kinda
for sure.
interesting.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, she sent me a message, so I'll go ahead and let her know that that you guys are on board. So, man, this is gonna be historical right here.
Historical. It's got to be a positive and pro-social.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one thing with us.
Yeah, I
is
just don't.
we're
I don't
positive
want
and
to get on there and
pro-social.
talk a bunch of. Do you know him? Does she know them?
Yeah,
You know what I
we
mean?
just
But-
can't talk about I don't want to talk about for security issues and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like who's there and stuff like that. Like the officers and things. We try to keep everything neutral, straight across.
Yeah.
Recovery is what it is.
Okay.
And it just has to be like that because we are in a controlled environment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I want to make sure that we're protected.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
But
we want to see what the difference is of what they have, what they give, because we know there's a lot of difference between there and here as far as what access they have to programs and what opportunities they have compared to what we we have access to.
Prisons are notorious also though. There's some crazy shit that goes on there, and so we're kind of curious. Well, how do you navigate that? How do you navigate recovery in an environment that might not be? Is it mainstream in there now? What does it look like? Are they receptive to recovery in there? Do they get talked down on? Because a lot of them girls they'll look up real quick, So I know a lot of girls that are actually probably there with her, but I mean I'm not going to do the name drop thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's even out of respect for my wife,
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh yeah, I want nothing to do with that, David. I can't be part of that. I want no smoke. I want no problems like little Scrappy.
she will come. So but it's what it is, But I just have to make sure that not only am I respecting my wife, but I'm also respecting our recovery and I'm respecting our message, because our message is anybody could change no matter what, and that's across the board. It doesn't matter if you're GP, it doesn't matter if you're SNY, it doesn't matter if you're on death row, it doesn't matter if you're male, female, any of the letters, whether they're the LGBTQ plus QIA. I've seen a couple extra letters on there. But
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
none of that stuff matters. Do what you do, and make yourself the best version of yourself, No matter where you are and where you came from and where you're going in life. Well, so this call's going to cut off right now, but I just want to thank you, James. I want to thank the viewers out there, all the people that ask great questions. Thank you for the haters. You make me famous. And to my beautiful wife, I love you.
Yep.
That's right.
To everybody, all the regulars, all the good listeners, the ones that didn't, all our regulars who didn't show up, Iceman, Fish, Chubby Jessica, we send our love to you guys. Marlene, thanks for tuning in. Our family, our loved ones, all the real supporters. And, James, for making this platform available. And anybody that was tuned in with us tonight, we appreciate it. Thanks for the support.
Like a candle in the wind. So you think, James?
Life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, we're out. A rato. Have a good night. I'll see you guys. Buenas noches, Starlight y Chaparrita.